Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Broku no Hero. Today's video I'm talking about the third eye. I'm going to be talking about why they are far stronger than you thought. So I want to talk about this third eye because they are basically the main antagonists of Black Clover currently in the anime. The manga, not so much. It's kind of morphed into something else. But the actual power of the third eye is really hard to gauge unless if you read the manga several times and really analyze each part of it. Because a lot of people think that the third eye are not stronger than Licht, the one that Yami fought in episode 36. They think they're actually weaker and that was all bluffing. Or they think that they're maybe just as strong as him, or if not, only a little bit stronger. But they're actually quite strong, and probably way stronger than you guys ever thought. So I want to make a video on this, discussing Raya, Vetto, and Fana. I do need to say though, guys, is that I will be able to explain pretty much all of Vetto and all of Fana's power without giving manga spoilers. But he hasn't really done much, so most of Raya will be featuring manga spoilers, because he hasn't done much in the anime. So you guys will be able to watch Vetto and Fana, and a tiny bit of Raya, but if you guys are anime onlys, don't want to be spoiled, I will tell you when to stop watching when I'm in Raya. And just go read the manga, guys. Read the damn manga, because seriously, it's amazing. The manga is way better than the anime. I like the anime. The manga is absolutely amazing. But anyways, guys, please do leave a like if you do enjoy this video. Comment down below your thoughts. Do you agree with what I say about the third eye? Do you think they're weaker than I am saying, or do you think they're stronger what I'm saying? Let me know. And also, guys, subscribe and turn on notifications to be notified every time I upload a Black Clover video. Okay, so first thing we should start off with Vetto, the Despair. Vetto is really the third eye that we see first. We see him do the most in the series so far, and he's actually my favorite member of the third eye, and probably my favorite villain in Black Clover, and one of my favorite villains in recent memory. I like his motivations, the way he acts. He's a savage, he looks cool, I like his design, and he has cool powers. I love his beast magic. But anyways, out of the biases of what I like about him, let's talk about his power. So first off, the guide actually gives us some basic understanding of his power. For physical strength, he's a 5 out of 5. Magic amount, he's a 5 out of 5. Magic control, a 4 out of 5. Magic sensing, a 4 out of 5. Cleverness, 3 out of 5. And that'll be important later in this part of Vetto's section. And brute force is 5. So yes, basically Vetto is the third strongest mage in Black Clover, just on physical prowess. No mana involved, he's the third strongest. Hasta's number 2, Yami's number 1. Vetto is extremely strong, and has a high amount of magic, which makes him a very powerful mage. So let's go over statements and feats and all that to kind of explain his power. So basically, Vetto in his base form, he can defeat Licht. So an important thing about Vetto is he can read ki, like Yami. This is stated several times, and I don't know why or how, because he's an elf, he should be from the Forsaken Realm, not from the land of the rising sun. But yeah, so Vetto, he can defeat Licht in base. This is stated by Licht that the third eye surpass him in combat, which means that if you took the third eye, each of them could defeat Licht on their own. And people say, oh, that's just a statement, it doesn't mean anything, there's no way, Licht's the leader, he should be the strongest. Guys, no. There's several statements in the manga, and when they say, oh, you must be bluffing, Finral says that, Rya's like, there's really no point of bluffing, that's pointless. Because, guys, the third eye are stronger than Licht. It's stated several times, it's reiterated, when it's called as a bluff, they debunk the bluff themselves. All of the third eye are stronger than Licht, the Licht that fought Yami in episode 36. This is proven when Ghosh is watching the third eye fight. He states that they are on a whole other level. Ghosh saw Licht fight at 2 different times. He saw Licht fight when he got stabbed with his light sword, and he saw Licht fight at the very end when he came and saved Yami. But he says the third eye are on a completely different level than Licht. Also, Licht states that the third eye are stronger than Magic Knight Captain, which means he would therefore be stronger than Yami, because they're stronger than Magic Knight Captain. Yami then fights Vetto, teamed up with the other third eye, and then fights Jack the Ripper by himself, pretty even for the most part, and then, of course, Licht would be nearly killed by Hasta, his magic would be unsealed, the third eye would need to save him, reseal him, and leave. And when they leave, Charlotte states that the third eye were actually massively suppressing themselves when they were fighting the captain, which means that suppressed Vetto is on par with Jack the Ripper, which means suppressed Vetto is stronger than Licht. Suppressed Vetto being on a whole nother level than Licht. You get that through your head, guys. This Vetto was not even at full power he was massively suppressing himself and was on a whole nother level than Licht. Like I said, the third eye are far stronger than Licht. There's really no debate here. Now, when we get to see an actual Vetto go all out in his fights, Vetto slaughters an entire army of 50 magic knights by himself. This includes several senior magic knight captains, as stated by Seke, which means that's probably several vice captain level mages, or close to vice captain level mages. And he takes on 50 mages all at once, and effortlessly defeats them in his base form. That's a pretty impressive feat, 50 mages at once. Also, Vetto effortlessly one-shots the strongest member of the underwater temple. The strongest member of a single tribe. It's not equivalent to a wizard king because this is a much smaller tribe. This is more like a city tribe, but still, one-shots him like nothing. Then he takes on both Luck and Magna at the same time, and while just messing around with them, is pretty much easily beating them. He even says, okay, I'm gonna stop messing around now. Yes, Vetto, when he fights Luck and Magna, he was just messing around, in his base form, not taking it seriously. And we know this because he tanks a combined attack from Luck and Magna. He tanks it. It's nothing to him. As for his speed, he is so fast that Hasta says it's pointless to read his ki. Pointless. And then he takes on Hasta and Kyoto at the same time, pretty easily beats them as well. Kyoto and Kahana, they do a combo magic of their song and dance spells, and he completely fucks them up. He slices off Kyoto's leg and ruins Kahana's vocal cords. Now he would finally meet his match in the way of a royal when Noelle would use her Sea Dragon's Roar, actually using her immense magic power, which would rip off the right side of Vetto's upper body, but that would cause for him to transform finally into his transform state, the third eye forbidden magic, which amps his power, and he's able to regenerate his arm. So, with this, it took the combined effort between Vanessa, Hasta, and Finral to defeat him, and even a couple fatal mistakes he made by himself. Again, he only had a 3 out of 5 for cleverness, because he made a lot of bad mistakes in this battle. So let's talk about what he went against. Now, people try and underestimate how powerful this team-up between Hasta, Vanessa, and Finral was. No, this was a very powerful team-up, and I'm going to show you why. Just from Vanessa's thread magic, it affected the battle negatively for Vetto in 4 different ways. 1, it slowed him down a tiny bit, because the threads affect him, even though they can't actually hold him back completely. Number 2, the threads pull Hasta, which make him faster. Number 3, it helps make Hasta's movements unpredictable, which also makes Vetto's ki useless. And number 4, it would pull Hasta away from any dangerous attack right before it would hit. And then also you have Hasta being capable in his own right, then you have Finral putting all these spatial portals around, which further makes it harder for Vetto to react to, and makes Hasta even faster when he goes through the spatial portal. Despite these combined efforts though, Hasta could still not land a single major hit on Vetto. In fact, the only time he did, it's because Vetto let himself be stabbed by the Demon Dweller's sword, so that he could take the weapon from Hasta. It was all part of his plan, but it was a terrible one, as after this, Vetto can't read any of the movements of Hasta, because the Demon Dweller sword was stealing the mana from Vetto, in turn removing the magic that bolstered his physical abilities, making him extremely vulnerable. This was an even worse mistake because Vetto had already had his healing magic removed because the anti-magic sword cut the current of blood flow, or of mana flow I mean. That he severed it, which means he couldn't use healing magic until that wound healed itself. So you have Giant Stab Wound, which is weakening him, that also stole a shit ton of mana from him. This was a terrible, terrible mistake by Vetto, which basically left no room for victory for him. He was defeated by Hasta, Finral, and Vanessa. Even when Vetto was going to use his more powerful self-destruct magic, even though with this destruct magic he was stronger than before despite being defeated, he was finally defeated by Yami's new spell, Dark Dimensional Slash. So overall, a range of Vetto's speeds is he's at least relative to Licht's light speed attacks at a low ball, but you could easily make him several times faster than the speed of light as a high ball, and even more. If his power rivals captains, that means it is possible that he can destroy mountains. He can at least destroy cities, as he was going to destroy the giant area of the water temple. It was a temple, but it was roughly the size of a small city. So he's at least small city level and destructive capability. Meanwhile, he could be scaled to multi-mountain level in his third eye form. So Vetto, if you take his physical prowess, combine that with his immense mana in his third eye form, he's likely faster than Licht, who is at least light speed, although you could easily scale him to be faster than Light based on Gauche's light refracted beam. Now on to Fana. So Fana, her physical strength is 4 out of 5, magic amount is 5, magic control is 4, magic sensing is 4, cleverness is 3, incinerating power is 5. So, just like Vetto, she can defeat Licht in base. She was also a part of the statement by Gauche, which stated her to be on a whole other level than Licht. Also, stated to be stronger than Magic Knight Captain. So yes, she can defeat Licht in her base form, and she was also suppressed, like what Charlotte said. Now, it is important to note here that Hasta states that Fauna is slower than Vetto, and does not have nearly as good as senses as Vetto, because Vetto can use Ki. Though, it doesn't necessarily mean that she is slower than Vetto. As you see, Hasta fought the third eye transformation of Vetto at the end. So it's probably he's comparing her base speed to Vetto's speed in his transformation. Although, even taking that into account, I bet her senses are nowhere near as good as Vetto's, since she cannot use Ki, and he can. Though when Fauna transforms, it sees for all intents and purposes, she is more powerful than Vetto. Combined with the Fire Spirit, her transformation also makes the Fire Spirit bigger, and this mana increases applies both to her magic properties as well. The hot air alone, not the fire, the hot air alone is enough to knock back Hasta. This current Hasta, who is much stronger than the Hasta who fought Vetto because of breaking his limits versus Vetto, and the Witch Queen, making him stronger when she healed him through her blood magic. Neither Vanessa or Finral can use their magic in the vicinity of her. They are also amazed with the power of her inner spirit and call that of a god incarnate. The compliments that Vanessa, Finral, and Hasta make of Fauna are far greater than they ever said about Vetto. They don't directly say that she is stronger than Vetto, but based on that, and based that these three are all stronger than last time because of breaking their limits, then yeah, I would say that Fauna is actually stronger, or at least more powerful, than Vetto. Although Fauna is potentially the worst member of the Third Eye in terms of overall combat ability. Yeah, she has the spirit and is very strong, but she's also probably the slowest and has very weak reaction time. Now this doesn't mean that I think she is weak in any right. In fact, I think in a close battle, I do believe that it would be a close battle with Vetto, but I do think that she would still actually beat Vetto. Just like I said, she fought a stronger Hasta, Vanessa, and Finral, and yet pretty much did better. And also, if she fought Vetto, Vetto would still probably make the dumbass mistakes anyways. So Fauna, her magic spirit power is able to like incinerate forests, like huge sections of forests, and just based on the fact if she is a Third Eye member and is this strong, she is probably at least city level as well, and potentially multi-mountain level. Again, Black Clover doesn't have these great feats. They have decent feats and then statements that say these people can destroy things of this level. We'll have to wait and see if they can actually do it. Also, Fauna should be at least relative to Licht's light magic, which means she's at least relative to light speed, although in her Third Eye form, she's probably faster than Licht and faster than the speed of light. Now as for Raya, his physical strength is 4 out of 5, magic is 5, magic control is 5, magic sensing is 4, cleverness is 4, and disruptive power is 5. Again, he can beat Licht in base form. He's stated to be on a whole other level than Licht by Gauche, stated to be stronger than a Magic Knight Captain, stated by Charlotte to have been suppressed when fighting, so suppressed Raya is far stronger than Licht. And also, he fought Charlotte while suppressed and held his own. Now guys, we're going to use manga spoilers for the rest. If you don't want to be spoiled of how strong Raya is in the manga, don't watch, but guys, read the damn manga. But if you don't care about being spoiled, just stay here. So when Raya copies a spell, he just doesn't copy their power. He copies their magic type, he copies their spells, and brings them up to his level of speed and power based on his incredibly high mana. This means that when Raya copies light magic, fake Licht Patri's light magic, he is faster than fake Licht Patri, no doubt. Unfortunately for Raya, he has to take on Mereoleona. Now, she makes him look like the weakest member of the Third Eye, but I doubt it. Mereoleona is just the strongest captain by far. Not only does she have similar physical strength to Hasta, Yami, and Vetto, she also has amazing fire magic power, has gotten her fire power so strong that not even powerful water magic would put it out. She has reaction times equal to Vetto, she may even have Ki based on that, and she fights like a warrior instead of a mage, making her very, very hard to counter. But when Raya becomes an elf, he's on a whole different level. He's a completely different animal. Not only is his mana much more powerful, he has more of it, and thus making his attacks much stronger and faster. His copy magic is even greater, as before he can only use one spell or one type of magic at a time. As an elf, he can use multiple magic types at once. At one point he uses spatial magic, light magic, and Gildray's permeation magic all at once. Now Elf Raya does give Mereoleona some trouble, but the fight is interrupted by 4 other elves, so we can't fully scale how strong Elf Raya is on his own. But overall, Elf Raya would likely be the fastest member of the Third Eye, and also I'd say probably the best. If you have Elf Raya take on Third Eye Vetto and Third Eye Fana, their Third Eye transformations, he beat either of them. But this is also kind of an unfair fight, because we don't know if Vetto or Fana, if they had their elf transformations, if they would be able to defeat Raya. We just don't know. But based on this, yeah, Elf Raya is the strongest. If you could just compare base to base to base, I might pick Raya as the second, Vetto is the first, and Fana as the third. But it's tough though, because he would be by far the fastest. But then again, Vetto's physical prowess and ki might overcome Raya, but then again, Raya, his cleverness, he's smarter than Vetto, might be able to take advantage of Vetto's mistakes. Now anyways guys, that's what I think about the Third Eye. I think they are way stronger than a lot of people think. They are each individually way stronger than Licht. Like I said, it is confirmed that in their base forms, suppressed, they are far stronger than Licht. So yeah, they would all easily defeat Licht in base form. But what do you guys think? Let me know down below, and also please do leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Hope you guys do enjoy, and also turn on notifications to be notified every time I upload a Black Clover video. Plus...